Keaton, then, not to be today. What are you thinking at the halfway stage? You're pretty confident you could chase that?
Yeah, look, I think you're always confident you can chase whatever's set. I did feel like they were slightly over par. It was a surface that wasn't quite 100% true. It's kind of been prepared for over a week. Not blaming the surface and slide, just felt like we were sort of slightly short with the ball, just in terms of execution. But look, that happens. Nobody intentionally tries to bowl a no ball or miss. That's life. But yeah, I just felt we were slightly short with the ball. But yeah,
I think they got 50 off their last 5 overs, something like that. Did it feel like they just got away from you a little bit there?
Yeah, a little bit. But I think when you look all the way through, we didn't quite execute as well as we could or normally do. Which happens. This game's a T20 cricket. You're going to lose games. That's just the nature of the risk game. But yeah, look, I think we just didn't quite execute all the way through today. It happens. Guys will go to the drawing board again. We have played some outstanding cricket for the last 4 games. Today, we just weren't quite there.
You're going to get ups and downs in this format. It's 14 group matches, so the natural kind of ebbs and flow, I suppose, isn't it, really, of the competition? You're not going to win every game, are you?
No, absolutely. I think we've got one of the highest win percentages in the country. I think we're sort of 58%. So, look, I think that just sums up the game. Having said that, you do strive to try and win every game. No loss, regardless of how the stats read, you take easily. But we'll have a bit of a chat downstairs. Guys will regroup and we're coming in on Friday. It's felt like we've had a lot of games thick and fast with sort of 2 now in a sort of 10-day period. But yeah, like I say, it just felt slightly short with the ball. I think we could have helped bowlers out with a bat. We just didn't quite play our smartest cricket today, taking on the long side into the wind, sort of things like that I think as a batting group we need to be slightly smarter too.
It is a rather odd fixture list now, isn't it? Because this is two matches, Friday to Friday, so you kind of got a little bit of gap in between those games and a bit of a gap now till your next one. Is that a good thing for you? I
think rest within the season is always good. It allows you to come fresh and come with a sort of renewed energy. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because I think after that, the next sort of 2 weeks, I think we play something like 18 days and like 21 or something stupid. So it comes thick and fast when it does. Take the rest when you get it. It's just making sure you plan and sort of execute properly on that day.
How are you assessing the start then? I mean, you mentioned before a lot of good cricket to get underway. You obviously won the first 3 games. You must have felt pretty confident.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we played some really good cricket. 3 out of 5 is a good position. Obviously, you don't want to lose games of cricket at home. You want to try and win those. I feel like today is slightly different. We just haven't quite executed. But in the other 4 games have been good games of cricket. We've played well. Winning does become a habit, and actually getting over the line and finding a way to do that, I think, is really a good thing. So, look, today is one of those. We'll chat. You need to walk past it and come again on Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever we go again.
You've had Liam Livingstone in your side again today. Obviously, he's back now. How pleasing is that?
Yeah, absolutely awesome. It's not too often you have an IPL winning, I'll quote unquote, superstar in your change room. Livy doesn't see himself that way. He loves playing for Lancs. He literally landed back in the country 48 hours ago, and was at training yesterday, putting in with the lads, and he's playing today. I think there is a narrative around certain guys that they don't want to play. Livy is wholeheartedly a Lancs lad. He loves playing, loves pulling on a red rose, and just the fact he's here is absolutely amazing. So we love him to bits, and just the value he adds is huge. So look, he can happily come and play in this team whenever he wants, because he is red rose through and through.
Presumably these spells, obviously he's played a lot of IPL cricket, but obviously international cricket, but those experiences must bring so much to your dressing room as well.
Oh, absolutely. You can bounce ideas off of guys. They've been and seen it 1,000 times, played in front of 125,000 people 4 days ago. So those guys have felt and experienced things that you don't have a clue about. So it's invaluable him sat 5 meters across from you in the change room, pick his brain, see how he sees the game. So, yeah, look, if guys don't use them, I think they're short-sighted. We've got other guys, Josh Salty in and around the group, which are just as valuable, just as sort of committed to Lancs, which is amazing that they're here.
For James Anderson, talk to me a little bit about James Anderson. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it, really?
It's, ridiculous is the word. It's about 3 overs in power play. I think kind of goes against the grain. Most guys will bowl a maximum of 2 generally. You don't want somebody to line you up. But yeah, the way he hasn't played a game for, 11 and a half years. He's reading batters. He's somehow moved with the times of T20 cricket without playing a game. Just I suppose that shows the level of care he's taken in his own cricket, in his own preparation. He's bowling nice and quick, controlling areas, watching batters, following them, going wider when it's needed. Clarity of thought when he does sort of mis-execute, hasn't seemed, I suppose, unsurprisingly rattled. He's straight back to what he needs to execute in the next ball. But again, you have a guy like that in and around your dressing room. It's pretty silly not to pick his brain and pick his wealth of expertise.
Is it a bit odd for you as captain to go with him for 3 on the spin, because it is so unusual in the power play, isn't it? Does it feel a bit odd for you out there to go on then, Jimmy, go on, do another one?
It's you fight yourself a little bit, but also I think you've got to watch the sort of flow of the game, and if he looks hard to hit, you keep him on. If guys are lining him up, you try and get him off. A lot of chat goes in with the bowlers as well, so you chat to them, and if they say, look, I feel like he's lining me up, or you get him off and you get somebody else on. Jimmy's executed brilliantly well. Hopefully it long continues. T20 game is a game of fine margins that goes the other way just as quickly, but it's amazing to have him in and around the change room. He's like you said, it's ridiculous having. I'll sort of blow hot air where it's due. He's knighted for a reason. He's exceptional, and he's an incredible human being. So to have him around is amazing.
That first spell up at Durham, first game back, that's crazy, wasn't it, really?
Absolutely. I felt like I should have had 2 slips in a gully when he was. Yeah, it's nuts. He reads the game so well. The way he presents his skill set in sort of line with conditions is amazing. But yeah, look, hopefully we can sort of turn the tide. Jimmy can keep going as he is, and guys can put in performances around him that allow us to come away with points, because at the end of the day, that's what gets you into the knockout games, and that's what gets you to finals there.
Cheers, Keaton.
Cheers.
Cheers, Keaton.